Hello, my best students. Today's topic is more than a productivity tip. It's a wake-up call. We're talking about the truth about time management. And believe me, it's not what you think. If you've ever felt like there's never enough time, or like you're always behind, or if you keep putting off your goals for someday, this episode is for you. Because what if the problem isn't time? What if it's the way we see time? Together, we'll break down the lies we've been told, the habits that drain us, and the mindset shifts that make your hours finally work for you, not against you. So stay with me till the very end. Seriously, don't skip a second. What you'll hear today could change the way you plan, focus, and live forever. Let's get into it. Part 1. Why time always feels like it's running out. Let's be honest. How many times have you said, "I don't have enough time"? It slips out of our mouths almost without thinking. But here's the truth. Time isn't the problem. It's how we manage our attention, our priorities, our energy, and most importantly, our mindset that makes us feel like time is slipping away. Think about this. Everyone on this planet has the same 24 hours in a day. Elon Musk, Oprah, your neighbor, you. The difference isn't how much time they have. The difference is how they see time and how they use it. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? For many people, it's grabbing the phone, scrolling, notifications, reactions. That's not just stealing your time, it's hijacking your attention. Before your brain even has a chance to think clearly, someone else has already decided what you'll focus on. And over time, that small morning habit turns into a pattern, a life. We say we don't have time for reading, for learning, for practicing English, but we do have time to scroll Instagram, binge Netflix, or answer messages we don't even care about. So what's going on? Here's the secret. You don't need more time. You need more clarity. Clarity about what actually matters to you. What is truly important to your growth, your future, your dreams. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people. Both have jobs. Both have families. Both are tired. One of them watches TV for 2 hours after work. The other takes 30 minutes to improve their English with this podcast, then relaxes. Same amount of time. Completely different direction in life. So here's the question. What direction are you moving in? Are your daily actions matching your bigger goals? Because every "I'll do it tomorrow" becomes a missed opportunity. And every moment you delay your growth becomes a day you can't get back. But don't worry. We're not here to blame ourselves. We're here to wake up, to realize that time management is really about self-management. It's about learning how to protect your attention like it's gold, because it is. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So say yes to what moves you forward. Say yes to what strengthens your mind, your language, your life. In the next part, we'll talk about the real reason why we procrastinate and how to stop wasting time even when we feel busy. Are you ready to take control of your time and energy? Let's keep going. Part 2, the real reason we waste time and how to break the cycle. So now that we've talked about clarity, let's be real about something else. Procrastination. We all do it. You tell yourself you'll study later, you'll read tomorrow, you'll start your English routine next week, but somehow later turns into never. And then the guilt arrives. You feel lazy, undisciplined, maybe even hopeless. But here's the truth. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's fear. Fear of not doing it perfectly. fear of being judged, fear of failing before we even try. You know that feeling, right? You open your English app or this podcast, and suddenly your brain whispers, let's clean the room first. Let's check WhatsApp. Let's scroll just for a minute. And just like that, you're gone. That's not because you're weak. That's because your brain is trying to protect you from discomfort. Real growth feels uncomfortable because your brain loves familiarity, even if it's killing your dreams. Now listen closely. The moment you understand this, you take your power back. It's not about trying harder. It's about making the first step easier. Because once you start, you'll usually keep going. Momentum is everything. And the easiest way to build momentum? Lower the barrier. Make it so easy that it's impossible to say no. You see, our brains love quick wins. That's why checking your phone feels good. It's instant. But learning, building, improving, that takes longer. So we avoid it, unless we start small. Let me give you a tool I use. It's called the 2-minute rule. If something will take less than 2 minutes, do it now. And if you want to build a habit, start with just 2 minutes. Open your English notebook. Play one podcast. Write one sentence. Say one word out loud. That's it. But do it every day. Over time, those tiny actions create massive results. They rewire your brain to believe, I can do this. So instead of being stuck in guilt and procrastination, you begin to build a rhythm, and that rhythm becomes a lifestyle. In the next part, we'll look at why managing your energy is more powerful than managing your time, and how to stop feeling burned out. Because if you're constantly tired and overwhelmed, no schedule will save you. Let's unlock the next piece together. Keep going. Part 3, Energy over Hours. Why time isn't the real problem. So we've looked at clarity. We've talked about procrastination. Now let's go even deeper, because the real secret to time management isn't just time, it's energy. Think about it. You could have 10 free hours in your day, but if you're mentally drained, emotionally tired, or physically exhausted, nothing meaningful gets done. This is why some people can do more in 2 focused hours than others do in 10 distracted ones. It's not that they have more time, they just protect their energy like it's gold. Now here's the question I want you to ask yourself. When do I feel most alive? When are you clear, calm, alert, and focused? For many people, it's in the morning, but for others, it might be at night when the world is quiet. Once you know your peak hours, protect them. That's your sacred time. Don't waste it scrolling. Don't give it away to pointless tasks. Use it to work on what matters. Whether it's your English practice, your business, your health, or your passion, your best energy deserves your best work. Now let's flip it. There are also low energy hours in your day. That's when you do the easy wins. Emails, cleaning, organizing, planning. Stuff that doesn't need deep focus. Managing your energy like this transforms everything. It's no longer about cramming more into your schedule. It's about doing the right things when you're at your best. And let's talk about something important. Rest. High achievers don't work 24/7. They recover intentionally. Burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a warning sign. Your brain needs breaks. Even 5-minute pauses throughout the day can recharge your mind. Step outside, breathe deeply, stretch, and when you return to work, you return with power. Because here's the truth. We don't need more time. We need more energy in the time we already have. Start asking yourself, am I managing my hours or my energy? In the next part, we'll tackle one of the biggest lies in productivity, multitasking, and how switching from multitasking to focused work will instantly 10 times your results, especially in language learning. Keep going. It's about to get even better. Part 4. The multitasking myth. Why focus is your superpower. So far, we've uncovered some big truths that clarity beats speed, procrastination hides fear, and energy is more important than hours. But now let's shine a light on one of the most dangerous myths that's been quietly stealing your time: multitasking. We've been sold the idea that multitasking is efficient, that switching between tabs, apps, and tasks means we're productive. But here's the hard truth. Multitasking doesn't make you faster. It makes you sloppier, more distracted, and way more tired. Your brain wasn't designed to handle multiple complex tasks at once. Every time you switch, from replying to a message, to watching a video, to writing an email, back to listening to English, you're burning a little bit of your focus. Psychologists call it attention residue. It means a piece of your brain stays stuck on the last task. So even when you think you've moved on, your mental clarity is still blurred. Let's make it real. Imagine trying to study English while checking notifications every 2 minutes. You might feel busy, but you're not really learning deeply. You're collecting noise, not building mastery. Now picture the opposite. You sit down, silence your phone, close extra tabs. You put on your headphones and just listen. You write down new expressions. You repeat the pronunciation. You stay in flow. That kind of deep work, it sticks. It grows your skills. It builds real progress, fast. This is why single tasking is a superpower in today's noisy world. When everyone is distracted, the one who can stay focused will win. So here's a challenge. The next time you sit down to work or to learn English, turn off all distractions. Set a timer for 25 minutes and just do one thing. You'll be shocked at how much more you get done and how much calmer you feel after. Remember, it's not about doing more things. It's about doing the right things, fully and with presence. Because real-time mastery isn't about racing, it's about returning again and again to what truly matters. In the final part, we'll bring it all together. You'll learn the mindset shift that makes time your ally, not your enemy. Stay with me till the end. This last piece might change how you see every hour of your life. Part 5. Time is a mirror, not a monster. Let's end with the biggest truth of all. Time is not your enemy. It's your mirror. It reflects what you value. It reveals who you are. And every minute you spend is a vote for your goals, a vote for your distractions, a vote for your future or your past. See, most people blame time. I don't have enough time. I'm always busy. I just need more hours in the day. But here's the secret that high-value, focused people understand. It's never about how much time you have. It's about how you use it. The truth is, we all have the same 24 hours. But how we choose to spend them, that's what separates success from regret. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need a color-coded planner or a flawless morning routine. You just need to be honest. Ask yourself, what am I saying yes to that doesn't deserve me? What am I avoiding that could change my life? Because time isn't hiding from you. It's waiting patiently for you to decide. Every time you scroll instead of study, Every time you postpone what matters for what's easy, you're not just wasting time. You're training your brain to accept less from life. But every time you choose growth, every time you sit with discomfort instead of running from it, you build discipline. You build identity. You build a life that respects your potential. Here's one final shift that can change everything. Stop managing time. Start honoring it. Treat your time like gold. Protect it like your energy. Invest it like your future depends on it, because it does. You can build the life you want, not in one day, not in one leap, but in the small decisions you make every single hour. So don't just let time pass you by. Partner with it, align with it, grow with it. Because when you respect time, time starts to respect you back. And that's it, my friends. The truth about time. Not the version they sell you in productivity books, but the real, raw version that puts your power back in your hands. You now know that time isn't something you manage. It's something you honor. It reflects your values. It reveals your priorities. And it rewards those who treat it with purpose. So the next time you say, "I don't have time," ask yourself, what am I choosing instead? Remember, every small choice counts. Every 5 minutes you reclaim. Every distraction you resist. That's you, building the life you deserve. Thank you for listening all the way through. I told you it would be worth it. Now go out there, protect your time, speak with purpose, and keep growing. And I'll see you in the next episode.